Hi everybody, I'm Coach Wusun from MoveParkour.
Hey guys, I'm Coach Marcus.
Right, and what we'll be showing you today is a move called the cat leap. Now, cat leap is usually used for walls really high that you want to cross over. Walls, for example, that you can't do a simple vault over it, or you can't just jump over it, right? Now, Marcus, you're quite experienced with cat leap and a climb up, right?
Right.
So, what part of the masters do you usually engage?
Usually for cat leap, I think it's a full body exercise because number one, you have to be able to jump onto the wall, and then after that, it's all upper body from there. But it also engages the core a lot.
Yes.
So it's a very good training actually if you want to learn how to engage your legs, your core and your upper body for a very powerful move.
Yes, so explosive move, yet a lot of control.
Yep.
Good for sports like rock climbing.
And probably obstacle races.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
really popular these days to climb out the high walls. This is going to be very useful.
Exactly. So what we'll go through this video today is to break down the move individually and kind of lead you through it, right? So the first move we're actually going to introduce to you today is the cat hang. So Marcus is going to show us a cat hang.
All right. Cat hang.
Nice, just like that. All right. Now, why do we introduce to you the cat hang first? So actually cat hang is the bridge linking the whole move together from the cat leap all the way to the climb up. Okay? So now we're actually going to show you the key attributes of a cat hang. Okay? There are mainly three key attributes in a cat hang. First, it's using your core, right? So what you do with your core is you really want to engage your core just to lift up the legs. Make sure that your legs are about your waist height. Okay? Second thing, it's using your legs to push out against the wall. Now this is important because you don't want to be pushing out directly perpendicular to the wall or pushing downwards. That will just make you slide down, right? You want to be pushing diagonally. What this do is it really helps you push out against of the wall so that you don't slam into it and support a bit of your body weight so that your hands don't have to carry so much of your weight. Okay, lastly, the third attribute is your arms and your shoulders, all right? So when you hang, you don't just want to be being relaxed or anything. You want to actually engage your lats, all right? So one way to do this is by actually rolling your shoulders to the back. This actually automatically engages your lats. So Marcus, could you show us one more cat hang? Right, so notice how his feet are about the waist height. Okay, he's pushing diagonally and he's always engaging his shoulders. Okay, nice one, Marcus. Okay, good job.
Thank you.
Right, now we're going to move on to the cat leap. So now that you master the cat hang, the next move we're going to introduce you is the cat leap. Now Marcus is actually going to show us what a cat leap looks like. Okay, nice one. So as you might know already, a cat leap is actually just leaping off from a distance and going into a cat hang. Okay, so there are a few key attributes to a cat leap. The first one is that you always land with your legs on the wall first, never with your hands, right? What this does is it actually absorbs the forward momentum and before you actually land onto the wall, right? If you don't, right, if you actually land with your hands first, you might actually face plant into the wall due to all that forward momentum. So, just for exaggeration, Marcus is going to show us one from a further distance. Okay, so do keep an eye on his legs, right? How he actually absorbs the impact with his legs first. Nice one. Okay, now the second attribute is the arms, right? You want to keep your arms bent, bicep and lats engaged, all right? The reason for this is you want to treat it like a suspension or a spring, right? Every time you land, you're able to slowly extend it out. For anyone who actually does a cat leap with your straight hands, you actually have the tendency to pop your shoulders, right? So one more time, Marcus is actually going to show us the cat leap and focusing on these two key attributes.
Okay.
Right? Nice one, Marcus. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, so the next move we're actually going to show you is the climb up from a cat hang position. Now, there are a lot of levels to a climb up, all right? However, we're actually going to show you the first three levels of a climb up. Level 1, where you first bring your forearms up and roll over to your chest before you climb up. Level 2, where he straight away brings his chest all the way up onto the wall and crossover. Level 3, where you straight away pull yourself up into a straight arm position and crossover. However, we'll actually be focusing on the level 1 of the climb up. So Marcus is actually going to show us in slow motion of how a level 1 climb up looks like. Okay, so he starts with a cat hang, next to a pull up, and he's going to bring his elbows over, roll over to his chest, do a dip where he actually pushes up, and use the legs to cross over. Now that is a very nice level 1 climb up. Alright, so as some of you might notice, okay, climb up actually requires a lot of upper body strength. So for those who are already generally strong in their upper body, right, this might be actually very easy for you. However, for those who are not too confident to lifting their body weight with just their arms, don't worry about it. We are actually going to break down and show you some conditioning moves to slowly build up the strength for it. Okay. Now, we do know that the biggest challenge for most people in a climb up is actually pulling themselves up onto the wall. Okay, so the first and very easy conditioning drill that we'll be doing is the negative cat hang pull up. So how does this look like? Marcus is actually going to show us 3 of it. Okay, so
eye level.
Exactly. He starts with his head above the wall, right? Just by bending his arms, and then he's actually going to slowly bring himself down into a cat hang position. Okay, get back up and reset for the second rep. Okay, notice how that his legs actually maintain at the same level at all times. You really want that, all right? And one more time, just to show everyone. Okay, try to hold that, engage your biceps and your lats at all times, and slowly bring yourself down. Okay, so that's the first level. Try it a few times. Once when you're comfortable with it, you're confident you can do 10 times in a row non-stop. Okay, that shows that's a good sign and shows that you're ready for the second conditioning, which is a normal cat hang pull up.
Right.
Okay, so Marcus is going to show us 2 normal cat hang pull ups, similar to the negative cat hang pull up, but this time you're pulling yourself up. Okay, notice how his legs are still on the same level and he's pulling all the way where his chin is above the wall. Okay, nice. Same thing with that. Okay, drill it down till you get to do it about 10 times in a row. Okay, Marcus, I'm sure he's strong. He can do it about 20 times, 30 times in a row, no problem. So I'm actually going to give Marcus one more challenge, right?
Okay.
The third conditioning drill that you can actually try out, it's an explosive pull-up. So this time, instead of just getting your head above the wall, you're going to get all the way to your chest is above the wall. Okay?
Okay.
So Marcus is going to show us one time, right? Explosive, really bring yourself all the way up and back down. Do not drop. Go back down into that cat hang. Okay. Now, if you can do this 5 to 10 times, that is actually really good already. And be very honest, you'll be ready for any cat hangs pull-ups. Okay, so now once when you actually got your chest onto the wall, right, the next thing you're actually going to do is really to use your arms to push your chest all the way up into this position. Okay, so actually this requires a lot on your triceps to push yourself up. Okay, so what we actually do is in conditioning, it's to really do a thing we call dips, right? So Marcus is actually going to show us 3 times of what a dip looks like. Okay, nice one. So this is really how you train it. Okay, notice how when Marcus did it, right? Yes, his upper body is moving up and down. However, his legs are maintaining stationary at the same position. Okay, what this does is actually ensures that you're only pushing and supporting your upper body, right? You're not actually lifting up your legs, so that actually helps reduces the weight. Okay, so how do you do this? Really is to try to lean a bit more forward every time when you go into a dip. Marcus is going to show us one more time. His legs is stationary, he's leaning a bit more forward into it and come back up. Nice. Okay, so that's a really nice dip. Now you want to try to practice this to the point where it's actually really easy for you to do 10 times in a row. Okay. However, if it's still a bit challenging for you, Marcus, do you think there's any other conditioning we can try out?
Well, I guess if the dips is difficult, then you
Yeah.
can start out with push-ups.
Yeah.
Very common exercise that everybody knows how to do. You can either do push-ups on the stunted wall like this if you're not so familiar with it, or you can go straight to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. I think that trains a lot on the triceps too, right? It actually builds the exact same muscles for it. Now, the final conditioning drill that we're actually going to show you, it's similar to the full climb up, however, with a bit more assist from your legs. All right? So, how you can do this is actually by finding walls with some slight edge at the end or some slanted walls. All right? This actually helps you focus more on the legs, where you can actually support a bit more of your body weights on the legs. However, important to keep note that you don't want to literally just use your legs to lift yourself up, right? You still want to focus a lot on the arms to really pull yourself up. So Marcus is going to show us one time of how he does an assisted climb up, right? He's not focusing too much on his legs, but still focusing a lot of the arms to pull yourself up and over. Okay, so the very good thing about this is it actually helps you train the full range of motion. You're not losing out anything. And once when you're confident, you can really lighten it up a bit on the legs and focus even more on the hands, right? To the point that you actually can go for a straight walk. Nice job, Marcus. All right, everyone. So that's the tutorial video for a cat leap all the way to a climb up. Now, we do understand that this cat leap to climb up can be a very technical, explosive, and yet requires a lot of control movements, right?
Yep.
So it's much recommended that we actually focus on the foundation first, right? Build the proper conditioning for it, jumping from a small distance cat leap first, before you're actually going into things more advanced, all right? Oh, and of course, focus on your level 1 climb up first before going on to level 2, 3, and so on, okay? So everyone, I hope you enjoy this video. So train safe.